Hello and welcome back to the Creme Kitchen. I'm super excited today because I decided to think about kind of what's been going on in the world really lately and how to make it easier to cook at home, since I believe a lot more people are staying in. So what I would like to do is, going forward for the next few weeks, I am going to create one main dish that you're going to be able to get 3 meals out of. How does that sound? Today, in the crock pot, I have the most fabulous chuck roast. Main dish is going to be a French dip sandwich. After we make the French dip, I'm going to have 2 other meals ready to go, and everything, I promise, is going to be super easy and super delicious. Let's get started. First things first, this has been about 5 hours, and I do have quite a bit of meat in here. I have 6 pounds. You could do anywhere from 4 to 6 with this recipe and it'll work. And it doesn't matter because we love extra au jus with our French dip. I seared with French onion dip mix. You can find that anywhere, right? There's Lipton. I like the organic that Hy-Vee has. So you sprinkle it on. And then you sear your roast in olive oil. Half of a red onion, sliced it, put it on top. You pour 1 can of beef consommé. With that can, I want you to fill it up with beef broth. Put that in there. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I grated about 3 or 4 garlic cloves in there, and then a bay leaf or 2. So let's see what this tastes like. Incredible, smells great. You want to make sure it has enough time in the crock pot to get nice and tender, fall apart tender. Super falling apart. I mean, I thought it was kind of genius. Instead of seasoning your roast, put it in the French onion dip mix, because this is a French dip, right? Next thing we do, we get our buns and we butter them. Use any type of bread you want. I like this, it's nice and hearty. Once we get our buns buttered, get it under your broiler, please. I'm notorious for burning bread, so we'll make sure I don't burn it this time. I'm going to shred some of this meat. If you get any big pieces of fat in there, just put it to the side. Now with this sandwich, you can use any cheese you want, but I love it with provolone. I'm going to check our rolls. Now, what's going on next? I don't want you to judge me. You don't have to do this. Mayo. You don't have to, but I love it. It just adds another layer of flavor, right? All right, now remember, I did not turn off the broiler. There's a reason for it. Don't be shy. What about? Back under the broiler it goes. Ooh, nene. Check that out. Cutest little French dip sandwiches you ever did see. What do you think of that? But what's next? You want a nice big bowl of this au jus. Look at this glorious dipping juice. Oh. Now, if only I could find somebody to try this.
Me.
You?
Yeah.
Okay. Maya, do you want to try it?
It's just so good.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Let's move on to recipe number 2. I want you to clean a nice, beautiful red bell pepper. You could use any color you want, but I'm pretty fond of the red. Recipe number 2 is going to be the most amazing stuffed bell pepper. I always leave this part on because then everything will fall out. You don't want to do that. Cut each pepper in half. You just want a nice little shell. Now remember, we still are on broil, so what I want to do is just soften this up a little bit. Now while that is in the broiler, we're going to start with a really simple filling. You can find pre-packaged, pre-made rice anywhere, and this is actually one of my favorites. So all I want you to do is prepare it as the package describes. Once your rice is out of the microwave, put it in a bowl, just like that. Please add 1 tablespoon of butter because butter makes everything better. Let's check our red bell pepper and see what it's doing under the broiler. Gorgeous! Exactly what you're looking for. Once you get your pepper out of the oven, turn it down to 375 degrees. I want you to put a nice helping of your shredded beef. You can kind of eyeball it, but by the time you shred it, you want about 2 cups worth. You guys who know me know I love this stuff. It is kind of spicy. It's got a little bit of a kick. If you don't want to use this, feel free to substitute with just regular tomato sauce. But this is the El Pato hot tomato sauce going in. About a 1/4 teaspoon granulated garlic. And for a little bit of smokiness, about a 1/2 teaspoon of the chipotle chili powder. How easy was that? This is it. Get your bell peppers. Make sure you stuff it all in there. What comes next? Cheddar cheese, of course. We like our cheese around here. Into our 375 degree oven, this little guy goes. We'll start with 15 minutes in the oven and then check it to see what it looks like. Last but not least, our third recipe from this beautiful French dip roast, a very non-traditional huevos rancheros. Get yourself a baking sheet and spray it. We all know what these crispy corn tostadas taste like. If you don't want to find these in the store and you have tortilla chips at home, you can substitute that. It doesn't matter. Easy, easy. A can of refried beans. I love the smooth ones. Goes on real easy. And then whatever flavor of red enchilada sauce you want. So we're going to start by smearing some of those refried beans on our crispy tortillas. I got a nice great layer. Next, we add some more of our shredded beef. I want you to get your can of red enchilada sauce. Get yourself a spoon and drizzle a little bit of this over the top, just like this. Look at that. It's gonna get messy in the pan, which is why we sprayed it. You could line it with foil too if you wanted. Next, after we get our enchilada sauce on here, cheese, more cheese. Now I have my pepper in the 375 degree oven, same oven temperature. Just throw this in with it. I have a pan heated for 2 fried eggs. They're gonna go right on top of our huevos rancheros. No? Huevos? Huevos? Say that again?
Huevos rancheros.
Huevos rancheros. Okay. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. And of course me, I like to kind of cover it a little bit. And when you cover it like that, you get the top of that yolk nicely done. It kind of steams in there a little bit. I do it like this all the time. I don't know why. You do it like that too. This is exactly what you want your eggs to look like. We're going to take these off and set them to the side. It's been about 16, 17 minutes, so let's get our pepper out and then we'll check and see what our tostadas are doing. But the tostadas have not been in there for 16 to 17 minutes. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm gonna let this cool a little bit and we'll have Lucas give it a try. The tostadas have been there for about 10 minutes, so let's finish our huevos rancheros. I get better every time. I know this is not super traditional, but how fun and yummy is this gonna be? Yes. And now we finish with a drizzle. Voila, 2 other meals made after my one. I think somebody needs to try this. Don't diet the goodness of all of this. Yum?
Very.
Yeah.
It's too hot.
But look, how easy is it to make 3 meals out of 1? Easy to go to the store, super easy ingredients to find, and a lot of this you can have on hand anyway. I'm not sure what's happening over here. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen yet again. It's always so much fun. I have so much fun doing this for you. I have fun doing it for my family, and that's kind of what this is all about anyway. So any questions, comments, like, subscribe, and next week I'll be coming up with another main dish with 3 dishes.